you right now.
Stage hasn't seen a janitor in 30 years. Jeez. So ESAM against HyperFlame. Now, what we're going to see from these two, of course, HyperFlame, a billion buttons. Just crazy APM.
Approximately 8 kajillion buttons.
Yeah, just tons of stuff. Meanwhile, ESAM not hitting a lot of buttons, but in terms of his
putting them in the right
follow-ups.
places for sure.
Exactly, yeah. He just has these strings that seem to last forever. He'll get 80% off a single hit. Not sure how he's going to do against Kid, who, as we said before, can kind of be prone to pop out of those sometimes. I think that's where the challenge is going to be. Like right there, he tried to do an up throw, couldn't really get anything else out of it just because of how fast Kid falls.
Yeah, you can definitely get a regrad there, but it's really tight. You know, like, the jury's out on this matchup, but a lot of people are under the opinion that it's Zhurong's worst.
Okay.
Where Kid, his fall speed is just right to where the strings you want to be using don't work, and the ones that you can use, they are so precise. They are so demanding to try to get. And meanwhile, Kid has the shines and the dash tags that really set up for anything he wants, and he's always ready.
Yeah. Really even thus far between these two.
Oh,
no!
That'll do it,
He
yeah.
thought he was going to land on the stage. Just very unfortunate, but ESAM's going to take that.
Yeah, good job on ESAM for making use of that. The SD.
Yeah. And honestly, it looked easy, but a lot of, you know, I think lesser players would have flubbed that. They would have
flubbed the
given,
Hedgehog, yeah.
Yeah, they would have given HyperFlame the ledge back. So ESAM, good stuff to him.
Yeah, and it's because of the pressure that players like ESAM are able to apply that a player of HyperFlame's caliber is even close to making a mistake like that.
Right. There's the back air right there. Good stuff by HyperFlame. Only 60% down so far in this winner's final set. You can see him trying to find this approach. Gets the gun, kind of point blank. Oh, nice. Beautiful spot dodge. Opens him up for a 60% combo.
Get the reverse back air. They're sending him over to the left side of the stage. Forward air, down air. Ooh, no.
Close.
Needed to fast fall before the jump to get that one. That barely gets the edge with the side special. No tech and the worst DI.
Yeah, ungodly DI on that. Very unfortunate by HyperFlame. Trying to land a side special of his own, but can't quite do it. He's got to get the stock off of ESAM fast. Ooh, the get-up attack with the stage spike. Excellent work.
I'm loving ESAM's reaction in the player game. That's
He
one of my
always does
favorite
this.
things about ESAM as a player. Obviously, he's got great gameplay, but it's always really evident that he's having a good time when he's playing, and it's really great to see.
So right now, both these guys trying to play kind of conservatively, just trying to find their one hit to open the other up, and it looks like HyperFlame has found it. Nice.
Big damage.
Gets the jump. That's it. Yeah.
You know, and HyperFlame, really good at using the mix-ups, right? You know, you see him getting the up throw, and then it's like, okay, Kid can dash attack here, and if he dash attacks, I need to be DIing behind him.
Yes.
But he's like, all right, I'm going for the up strike, so if you DI in, then you're in prime position to get comboed.
Yeah, absolutely.
You really want to DI the direction the Kid's facing on the up strike.
Absolutely, yeah.
To try to avoid a follow-up.
So we're on the next game right now. Forbidden Shrine, ESAM saying that he wants a little bit more space, but unfortunately he's off stage. He's going to take a lot of damage for this.
Oh, this is so clean gameplay from HyperFlame.
Yep.
It seems like he's got all the answers to what ESAM's trying to do.
Yeah,
and
basically.
that should be it.
Oh, no, he didn't get the ledge. That's all he had to do.
Forfeiting some stage position to avoid the banana.
Oh, and ESAM firing back. You can't give ESAM any opportunity, or something like this might happen. Excellent sweet spot, though, by HyperFlame.
Great angle.
Yeah. That's going to be the first stock. HyperFlame running all around. Going to have a bit of a string happening here. Only 34% thus far, though. Weak hit of Bear,
Didn't quite
that's not
send
what
him
he
the
wanted.
direction he wanted. Might have been trying to B-reverse a neutral special there instead of the side special.
Yeah. There's the get of attack from HyperFlame, trying to find this opening. Both these guys just get such crazy strings off their single hits. So they have to be very careful around one another. Up throw, forward air, yep, that'll do it, but not quite the stock. Doesn't really have a kill move, yeah.
She doesn't really have a forward-facing KO move here. Back air is like fairly strong, but not amazing.
Yeah.
It's really on Zhurong to try to get like a grounded move. or set up an edge guard
Yes.
to try to kill somebody.
It is not easy. Charging that down strike, not going to do it. Strong projectile is out, but he does not sweet spot the ledge, and that'll be the end of him.
Time.
Still, though, 139%, that's huge.
Yeah, nothing to sneeze at as far as the deficit goes, especially against Kid for Zhurong. Hard to get really good strings here.
Yeah, pretty much any grab that HyperFlame gets is going to get, you know, probably follow up into a forward air and should take off the stock depending on stage position. But ESAM doing an excellent job of getting all the damage he can while the second stock is still active.
Yeah, it looks like it's really tough for HyperFlame to land anything consequential here on ESAM.
Oh, wow!
Gets a spike bounce and sets up really good for the side strike. And using the neutral special to force the high recovery, but does not punish it.
Yeah, that's just... that pissed off every Zana main in the chat. I know when you try to get the grab on Kid after the side special. Happens all the time. But at least it happens to Zhurong as well. Good stuff there.
Happens to the best of us.
It does, it does. Oh, and beautiful! Down air right there. It says you can low profile me sometimes, but not in the air. Good stuff right there from ESAM.
How are you going to low profile against Zhurong's down air?
I know.
She's cutting down.
Just giving you the big chop.
Get
up attack right there. Yep. Gets the down throw. Can't really get much else out of it. Forward throw. Oh, has him in a terrible position, but he gives it up.
Yeah, HyperFlame seems so potent at like fighting out of that corner.
Yes.
He's like, all right, I'm gonna wait here. I'm gonna side tilt. I'm gonna wait up. Whereas a lot of players would be scared. It's like, all right, I gotta roll in. I gotta get some invincibility. And you know, ESAM is so good at punishing these rolls, and HyperFlame is not giving it to him.
The dash attack, and he spaces it out, so ESAM can't make it back. There's the up air. He's got to make this string count. ESAM, did he bring it all the way back? No, he can't quite get the down air, and he eats the forward air. If he gets the ledge, that does it. Yeah, and ESAM mounting what looked like a phenomenal comeback, but unfortunately it just was not enough.
Not quite enough there. Just like the precision required for Zhurong kind of coming out there. It's like, oh, I got the sour spot, you know, maybe sent the wrong way on accident. ESAM not quite closing it out, but you know, he's really demonstrating that he's able to adapt here.
Yes.
And that was definitely a lot closer than the first game, and hopefully he's going to bring it to Game 4 here on Cryo Station.
Maybe he can find a little bit of momentum, is able to space out that down strike. Excellent work, and that's really veteran knowledge. You know that Kid is always going to go for that down strike off stage. And wow, excellent projectile usage. Ah, almost.
HyperFlame has been so strong at using the air dodge to get through moves, whereas other kids are like, all right, well, I guess I got to use my 30-frame startup recovery.
Yeah. Because the dash attack doesn't quite hit. Oh, no, he's going to have to recover high, and that does it. Yeah, ESAM had so much advantage and so much position, but unfortunately gave it all up. But he will hit that side special. HyperFlame going to let out a hearty chuckle.
And ESAM using the yawn emote there.
Oh, I didn't see it. Is that what that was?
Tired. Yeah, it was.
It's a yawn then? Because he thinks it's the laugh.
She has a laugh as a victory pose, and it's the yawn as the emote.
Oh, he thinks it's the what's that laugh called? Some anime.
The oh ho ho.
Yeah, there's some name for it. I don't know. All right, here we go. So the jab is going to land. ESAM trying to find a way to get in as much damage as possible. Has HyperFlame on the ropes, but HyperFlame boxing out like you were talking about before. He's just not scared off stage.
He's not, whereas a lot of other kid players are. It's like, I don't want to be here. And, you know, even if you don't want to be somewhere, you got to be able to play your best and try to get out in a way that is conducive to escape. Running across the whole stage, gets the roll, and side strike. Nice.
Yep.
Barely enough there.
Yeah, and he had to react to that, because if HyperFlame rolled in, he would have had to do some other move, maybe a down strike or something like that. But he saw the roll away, and he immediately let out that forward strike. Awesome work.
Yeah, great job there from ESAM. Closing it out in a scenario where earlier in the set, we haven't seen ESAM able to close out stocks very well.
Yes. So much damage. ESAM with this phenomenal comeback. So much damage coming out to HyperFlame, but HyperFlame able to make it back on stage. Oh no, yeah, way too high on that. He didn't want to go for the ledge because he knew that ESAM would go for it. But awesome stuff by ESAM, mounting that comeback and hopefully putting a little momentum on his side for this Game 4.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm not sure which kind of stage we're going to see. I mean, we've seen HyperFlame
neither,
already
yeah.
win on Wave Dash Arena and Forbidden Shrine. Like, I really think the picks are going to be go back to Cryo Station, go back to Combat Lab, or go to Combat Lab for the first time in the set. I don't think Malu Malu is a good pick here.
Right, yeah, so Combat Lab is the choice. I was thinking the same thing about Malu Malu. I think both of these guys realize how badly the other one can mess them up on Malu Malu, and they don't want to take that risk.
Yeah, I think they've both figured out some outplay opportunities when it comes to the neutral, and they don't want to introduce that kind of volatility.
Yeah. Malu Malu is a very confident pick. It's like, all right, I can beat you up more than you can beat me up. And both these guys just a lot of respect for one another.
Yeah, I mean, each player has demonstrated a lot of prowess in this matchup throughout the set. Right now it's going HyperFlame's way for the whole set, but you know, ESAM showing some adaptation here, and he's off to a bit of a lead here.
Yeah, he has some flashes of brilliance too, where he'll just get like 90% and get this edge guard on HyperFlame. He's not quite getting the kill.
Wow.
Oh, beautiful projectile usage into the side special. Puts him in an awful spot. And that should do it, yeah. He's got nowhere to go.
Sweet spot back air there. I mean, like, each of these scenarios, HyperFlame is like, all right, I'm probably dead, but I at least have to make them work for it.
Oh yeah, of course. It's drills. I mean, like, it's like, you have me off stage. How often can you hit this edge guard? Can you hit it 10 out of 10 times? Can you hit it 8 out of 10 times? You know, it's it comes down to that.
Right.
Oh, he thought he was under it. Yeah.
Yeah, ESAM is like really showing some dominance here in this game 4.
Oh yes.
Seems like he's figured out a lot of things. All right, wow. The platform helping ESAM out there, but I think this is still it.
Yeah, he didn't have a jump.
Throws out the neutral special, hoping maybe he gets some damage.
Yeah, just in case. But one of the things we were talking about is how adaptable ESAM is. And honestly, in terms of long sets, this can be super scary against a player like ESAM. If you have a 2 out of 3, you might be able to work something out or cheese him out, but in a 5-game set, it's hard.
I mean, if this was a best of 3, he would have gotten 2-0'd.
Yep. It would have been over already.
And it's looking like we're going to be going to a game 5.
There we go, the double up throw. Like we were talking about before in terms of Weishan, against a lot of characters, you don't want that double throw because you're sacrificing some damage or stage position. But against Kid, that's absolutely what you want because he's still going at an angle that's really conducive to combos.
Yeah, you can, with Zhurong, you can definitely do like a short hop and then falling up air and then like up tilt or a re-grab.
Oh my God,
gets a full
beautiful.
Charge. We get the thumbs up, taunt, and the crowd is coming alive here.
Yeah, that was incredible, that down strike. Saw the counter coming, knew he had all the time in the world to charge that up, and ESAM is reeling, but he still does have a slight advantage.
And that might have been just what HyperFlame needed to get this going. Oh, and he's got all the DI mix-ups. He's got so much momentum right now. ESAM has to pull it out.
Yeah, this is bad. ESAM just kind of falling apart there. It all started with that charge down strike. He's able to make it back, but he doesn't have a jump here. He's going to have to find a way to recover, and he does!
Oh, he just needed to hold the ledge there.
Beautiful
wow,
read! Double jab right there. He's going to try to chase him. Doesn't go for the grab. There's the up strike, and that'll do it! HyperFlame moves on to Grand Finals. I heard ESAM there. He said, you knew I was going to counter, and I don't know if HyperFlame said yes or no. I wouldn't have known. He didn't use much counter at all that set, but that was just the perfect
That might have been the
position.
first counter.
Didn't use it much at all.
HyperFlame was ready anyway.
He probably knew, like, there are situations where, like, okay, my combo is not airtight, so I can either go for forward air, or I know that he's going to have a second to, like, either mash out up air on Zhurong, which is a common thing, mash out up B, or counter. So I'm gonna feign an aerial, quick land, and then charge something up. That might have been what he was going for, but either way, HyperFlame just phenomenal job there.
Yeah, that was a wild comeback. I mean, we saw ESAM like almost take 2 stocks without much contesting from HyperFlame there, and then HyperFlame was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna win.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't need
we
stocks.
We saw ESAM using counter predominantly when he was off stage.
Yeah. And
that was a scenario where ESAM was in like a bad position. He was like basically off stage on the Combat Lab platform, about to land. And that was one of those situations where ESAM's a lot more likely to use the counter because it moves him forward. I mean, it's really potent if your opponent tries to hit you from a bad position. And HyperFlame was ready.
Yeah. So he will take a small break as he's in Grand Finals.